Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Happy New Year. This is the first of the January series or the January readings for 2019, and Gemini, this is your reading. So I hope wherever you're listening to from around the world you have had a great start to the new year. If you listened to my December predictions or readings, I happened to mention a lot about intention setting and how important and valuable it was for moving forward into a new year. So as we've moved into the period of January, it is now activation time of those intentions. So the numbers, they change over as obviously the new year does. We went from 2018 into the 2019 vibration. So that went from an 11 vibration to a 12, and of course 12 breaks down to a 3. So this is also another good reason to get this activation of your intentions going while the whole vibrational frequencies are changing. We're going to be using one card from this deck, and this is like an overall yearly background vibrational card. So we'll see what card you get when we start into the shuffling, but if it's a card that you're not attracted to or that you wish you had a different one, that will give you sort of an impetus as to what to focus on and how to work with strategies or situations that may come up for you during the year. It can be really profound to have an insight into background energies that are going on. It gives you the chance to think about it, place strategies into place and implementations if you want to address certain circumstances that could turn up. We will then do 4 tarot cards and an angel card at the end. I did do some intuitive work for you before we started, and you guys got this mantra that you can also choose to work with for the month or even a longer period than that. It said, working with others is part of life's journey, part of the purpose. Seek out alliances in all areas. You got the number 11 that came up, which of course is the number we're just moving out of in 2018. You got the colour blue, which is also very much about communication. So it seemed as though there might have been messages for you guys for the year about forming alliances with partnerships with other people. So relationships could be empowering and powerful for you as you move through the year. Let us see, we'll start shuffling and get some intent into these cards for Gemini. That wasn't a very exciting start. We will have to continue there. This is for Gemini. Now, because you got the number 11, we are going to be taking from the 11th card down. So just putting the energy and intention in the deck. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot. He uses colour influence very much as well, so colour is a very important part of the energy of the cards and the messages that come through. So Gemini, January, one more shuffle, the 11th card down. Okay. That was 5. Okay. Transformation. That is a major arcana card, and it is a big card. Traditionally in the tarot deck it is known as the Death card. I think his name for it and his picture is probably slightly nicer. And because he has designed his particular deck with his feelings and thoughts in mind, I am going to read to you his words from the book as well. A time of endings is close at hand. Don't resist the changes that are suddenly happening in your life. These could be taking place in your personal life, relationships, business, or career. You have the strength, as the transformation card asks you to have courage and to know that renewal follows every conclusion. This card comes forth to remind you that the death of an old way of thinking and believing must occur before you can move forward on your new path. Transformation is all about the ebb and flow of life cycles. Nothing in this life remains motionless. Everything is on its way to somewhere. Accept the changes and opportunity will come to expand you in more ways than you could have ever imagined. You can't live in the past. It's time to move on. In order to take the next positive step, you should look closely at your own life and ask yourself, are there loose ends that need to be tied up? Are there people in my life whom I need to express myself to? What needs to be completed so I can have a fresh start? When you do so, you will have a stronger, more reinforced foundation to carry you through the new beginnings that await you. So what a powerful card to receive for the very beginning of a new year. Some of you may be finding yourself on the cusp of brand new cycles in your life that, as the card suggests, could be profound. For some of you, this can be the emergence into a new decade, and as we sort of tumble into the new decades, there are a lot of changes that take place within the 10-year period of the decade, and some of them can start quite quickly while others will tend to just slowly evolve. So this could be, you know, the beginning of a lot of potential change in direction at many levels for so many of you. And as the card mentioned, or as the book mentioned, it can be career, relationships, belief systems, how you think about life, the journey you're taking, your career changes. Some of you might decide to suddenly up and learn a whole new area of career involvement. You might go and get a degree when you haven't had one, or you might change a degree, or you might have been working in the field of health, like as a nurse or a doctor, for 20 years, and you suddenly decide, I'm going to go out and become a landscape gardener. There could be any of these paradigms that just jump up to say, now is the time to activate the new me. I want this new awareness, I want new energy, I want to see and feel and honour new pathways and directions. So because it is a major arcana card, this is often timing from the universe that comes into us. Sometimes we feel as though we're not making the decisions, that they can be put upon us unexpectedly. That's another way to look at these cards. And I think for some people that's why they can be a little bit wary of perhaps things like the death card, because they might not be ready for the changes that are coming. So I think a couple of phrases in there, you know, there is no future in the past. We are always moving forward. Nothing remains still or static. Our life continues to evolve. So if anything happens for you guys throughout the year, and because this is kind of a year energy card, you know, it's a big card to have turn up, as if to say to you, there are going to be more changes perhaps than you expect. So be prepared for them, be ready for them. You know, do your homework on how to learn to accept changes, especially if they are quick and abrupt, so that you become more acclimated to it, and that you are more resistant to feeling any turbulence about it. You know, it is a great card. Death equals rebirth, new directions, growing, greater awareness, a higher sense of enlightenment or achievement or awareness. So yeah, you can ponder that, you can think about it. It will obviously jump up at you at your own personal levels, and then, as I say, you can feel into it for how the year goes. But we'll put this one aside, and we will see what other cards are coming from the tarot deck for you guys. So this is for Gemini for January 2019. Just shuffling to get your intent into the deck. A little bit more. Gemini. Four cards from here. So the first card is the Queen of Pentacles. The second card is the Empress. The third card is the King of Rods. And the fourth card is the Ace of Pentacles. I'll just move that out a little bit so you can get a clearer vision of all the cards. So one major arcana with the Empress, two court cards, the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Rods, and you have an Ace of Pentacles as well. Again, the aces are about new beginnings. That's what the transformation card is about. So it does denote potential changes coming for you guys. If we're talking about Pentacles over here as being the ace, this can be around career or financial perspectives in life, how you invest your money or how you spend it or earn it, or the diversification of what you currently do with it. Now these four cards are for basically January. I'm not really setting a time perspective as such, but some people might feel that they are going to flow, you know, like this could be week 1, 2, 3, 4. It's up to you. If you feel it's settling into that way, go with the flow. If we start off with the Queen of Pentacles, she can be a person, because the court cards can be, and she often would show up as an older lady possibly, or someone who exudes the feminine energies in life. She is usually an earth sign person, but this can be also a rising or a moon earth sign. So sometimes they're not actually that easy to pick these court card up in, you know, court card people in your life, but you'll get a feeling for this person. Could be either around, actually thinking about it too, you have the two pentacles in here and they're both positive pentacle cards, so that's a good omen in reference to your finances and that feeling of buoyancy. And because of that transformation card in the beginning, this could be about transforming your monetary system one way or another, and it might be going over a whole year. But that Queen, if she's someone you know, she could be a very good friend or confidant, or someone who is stable because they have this grounded practicality about them. She may be someone like a bank manager or a loans person who you go to, who she helps you with understanding something about finances. She could be an accountant as well. She could be someone who loans you some money, so it might be a gift or an inheritance coming from an auntie or a great-grandma or a family member. Yeah, so it could either be a loan or like a gift coming your way when we see, you know, quite so much activity here with the finances. So this could happen in January, and it could happen in early January. It may even be something like it's connected to a Christmas present or something along those lines, or a family benevolence or gifting or something. There's also a possibility with that Queen of Pentacles, she could be a new employer, or she could be someone you are contemplating doing something with in terms of money, such as a business prospect or partnership, or like, yeah, she could be interviewing you for a job. So many different perspectives when the court cards come around. If that's not a person in your life, this could be just you exuding the type of energy that she has. She's quite mature in her money knowledge and understanding and awareness. She does have wealth around her. She's quite opulent. She enjoys, you know, looking beautiful and having lovely occasions, a bit flamboyant and enjoying social excesses, I guess, but not in a bad way, in a really positive, happy way that makes others happy as well. So there are these alternative possibilities that the court cards could be inferring or putting into the reading. So some of you will agree with one part and some of you will resonate with another. But whatever way it is or turns out to be, it's fairly positive regards her. We come to the next one, the Empress, and she sort of embodies the same type of energy. She is beautifully happy and warm. She's charitable, she's loving, she's nurturing, she's voluptuous, sensuous, she's quite sexual. She is very fertile as well. So fertile can mean conception of pregnancies or babies being born or the news of babies. It doesn't just have to be that, it can be conceptual of new ideas coming, and both her and this and him can also be new ideas or the birth of something new, and that also ties in with the transformation card. the death and the rebirth cycle. The Empress, she could be talking to us about the new moon cycle or something to do with the moons as they come in through January. You could be either made more aware of something or activated or feel more impassioned or excited about something around about this time. The Empress card can also suggest for some of you a sort of a heightened awareness of sexuality, or the desire for or the occurrences of romance in your life. So possibly meeting someone new, them finding you quite attractive and you becoming sort of desirable at this point in time as well. So you might find there could be suitors around you. She also wears her heart with this very strong heart on it. So some of you may feel some heart connection or like just feelings of joy and happiness around this time as well. These could be coming from your own internal clock or rhythms or being, or it could be in part due to the surroundings around you or people around you, and it could be something to do with these people here. So if we move to the King of Rods, and they're both looking in at that Empress actually, almost sort of engaging her in this kind of like energetic, not combat, but energetic fusion, like whew, she's in the middle of their knowledge or attention or awareness or activation. The King of Rods is a wonderful entrepreneur. He's creative, he's energetic, he's passionate, he's fiery. He offers a lot of oomph, and especially when he turns up in a reading. So again, he could be a person around you. He could be a male that is a fire sign or rising or moon fire sign, and again he can create and stir up passions, get things excited, you know, woo, that type of feeling. And he is looking at the Empress with that sort of slight connection or interest. So some of you might feel this to be a passionate beginning to the year, and it could be romantic or new people you meet. And if you're not actually looking for a romantic partner, you may just still find yourself attracted to someone and sort of like, wow, ooh, the electricity is flowing. That's what it feels like with those three people in particular. And if it's not a specific person, again, he could be an advisor or a mentor or someone who just gives you great gusto and excitement. There's the potential that, as I said, if he's not a person, he is a creative energy or force or source that comes zooming in for January. They fire things up. Your mind could be active. You could come up with some great ideas or strategies or implementations for your life in general, or for areas of hobbies or passion or career. So some of you might be absolutely on this new idea of a career, a direction, creative things. Some of you might even be inventing something. There's all this possibility, and if you invent something, you might be able to get it patented, and then you might be able to get money from it. So this is, you know, that's what the transformation card can even be leading to. When we start off with something like the transformation card, and then we slowly move into the reading and we figure out more of what it could be referring to, it becomes, you know, so much more opportunity or so many more avenues to go down. You get to your last card, and it's the Ace of Pentacles, and again this one is being handed to you from above, so it's still projecting itself, it's still coming into fruition, it is still in the thought paradigm, so it's occurring, it's not set in concrete, and it hasn't finalized or grounded itself yet. Now this can be an offer coming regards money or finances. So sometimes it's the offer of a new job, sometimes it's the creative ideas around money, how you spend it, how you invest it, how you earn it. Sometimes it's something coming to you from someone, like an inheritance or a gifting or a gratitude or a small win, or even, I don't know, some of you could have a big win, a windfall. It's a very positive card. Everyone loves to see the Ace of Pentacles in their reading, so you've done really well to get it. And it's been interesting that there have been quite a few aces come out already. And I really love the fact that we're at the beginning of the year and the aces represent number one, the very beginning cycle. So again, you could use a lot of energy and focus and meditation and seek into finding out what that Ace of Pentacles has to offer for you individually. So if we put these cards away and we look at the last one for the month, one of these angel cards, and again, because you've got the number 11, we will take from the 11th card down, and this is for Gemini for January 2019. So let's see what you guys are going to get. One more shuffle. Okay. Family. So I might just take the camera in a little closer so you can look at the card sort of individually. And I'll read the words out for you first. This situation is rooted in an emotional experience with a family member, which we can help you to understand and heal. In your mind and heart, surround this person, yourself, and the experience with calming blue light and many angels. Be open to the gifts within this situation and allow yourself to feel peace. So what I have traditionally found when this card turns up is that if you think of your family, whatever family might mean to you specifically, and everyone has a slightly different concept of family, it's the first person that comes to your mind when you think of the family that you're thinking of. And that person is perhaps the person who has some sort of issue that you have on your mind. Now sometimes it's like a disagreement that you may have had with the person, and you'd like some either healing, or you'd like some sort of help in re-establishing connection or letting it pass over. Sometimes it can be the other person might be in a place where bad health is occurring. Sometimes it might be that that person is not doing well financially or emotionally. So whatever it is specifically, again, because these are general readings, it's a very broad perspective and a very wide potential of different scenarios that could be occurring. So the beautiful message here is that if you do ask for help and nurture and love to resolve an issue for either you and the person involved, or for the person that you are thinking of in a special, tender, caring way, then they will help. Your celestial beings, the cosmic forces, higher self, collective conscious will all help going towards resolving one of the issues that's on your mind. And with this particular card, there's not a lot more I can say about it, because, as I said, it's so broad and open, and you're all listening at it. You're all listening to the video from such a different perspective, and whoever you choose personally will have a different meaning than the person next door to you or the one round the corner. So yeah, I wish you all the very best for whatever it is that you would like to have healed or nurtured or reinstigated, or to have the support offering for the members of your family. And may it go well, and may it start for you right now as of this reading. So thank you guys for listening and tuning in. Thank you for subbing and liking the video, and I love it when you leave your comments as well. I do check your moon and rising signs, because there could be just as fantastic messages there for you to tune in on and pick up and receive for the year's reading. So thank you again. I wish you all a very, very happy January and a wonderful 2019. Much love, everyone. Namaste.